What's up, everybody? This is Romero Phillips, your favorite real estate agent. So, here we are. The Cincinnati Bengals fell to the mighty Cleveland Browns. Yes, I said it, the mighty Cleveland Browns. And guess who was the quarterback? Who had everything to do with it. Like I told y'all last week, you want to blame Shedeur for the losses, so we go blame him for the wins. Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders has done it again. The Cleveland Browns defeated the Cincinnati Bengals 20-18. I want to start off with them turnovers. The Browns defense came through with a mighty hand. Just when we was looking bad in offense, and I'm going to say it like this, Shedeur Sanders, he was looking bad in that first half. It looked like he wasn't all there. He looked it sluggish. He looked it like he was checked out of the game for some reason. But let me get to these turnovers, though. Pick six by Devin Bush, scored a touchdown. And then we had Sam Webb, number 27. I don't think I ever heard of him, but guess what, Sam? Good job. He returned that fumble. The refs tried their best to say, oh, his knee was down, clearly out before his knee touched the ground. And guess what? He took that bad boy to the house. The Browns had 14 points with the defense. I mean, so I think we gotta give the Browns defense a whole lot of credit. They came through when they should have came through. I can't say Carson Sweatshirt. I'm so sad. But guess what, though? Myles Garrett got the sack record, 23 sacks. Myles Garrett is the NFL defensive end sack king. Michael Strahan, good stuff. TJ Watt, good stuff. But Myles Garrett is the king from here on out. Somebody got to beat him, and guess what? I think he can beat the sack total. There are some other great edge rushers out there, but Myles Garrett, we give you all the props, we give you all the praise, and you deserve it. You are the energy of the team, and you might need an award to say, if they got one, Mr. Cleveland Brown, Myles Garrett. Who else we got here? Tyson Campbell, he went out and came back in. But I just wanted to bring that up. And we had some more sacks here. Let me see here. Who had sacks? Grant Delpit had a sack. Myles Garrett had a sack. So it was just those two sacks. Myles Garrett had a tackle for loss. He had a solo tackle. Now, remember what I tell you now. Tackle for losses and quarterback hits. I don't care how good you are. You don't want to keep on taking quarterback hits and being put on the ground even though you threw the ball away. Grant Delpit, he had 2 quarterback hits. Myles Garrett had 2 quarterback hits. Isaiah McGuire had 2 quarterback hits. And I would say it all the time. That makes the difference in the game, in my opinion. When you get the quarterback rattled and off his square, and as we saw, he threw an interception to Devin Bush. Andre Smith. I got to talk about my man, Andre Smith. He came through with a mighty hand. You know, he had his struggles. he had his struggles last at the beginning of this year, but he came through with 2 field goals when we needed it. And that one, he was clutch. He right down the middle, if I am remembering correctly, right down the center for that winning field goal. But guess what? Shedeur Sanders. I said earlier, he had a problem. He was checked out. It seemed like he was rattled in the first half, but in the second half, he got on. He found some new receivers, and guess what? He got down the field to put us in a position to win the game. See, that is the key. He put us in position to win the game. See, that tells me he come through. He's clutch. This guy has a clutch gene, and guess what? The Browns would be a fool to get rid of Shedeur Sanders. But guess what? And guess who he threw the ball to that got us in position? Jerry Jeudy. Like I said, Jerry Jeudy, I think, is too little, too late. 10 drops on the season. You lead the league in drops. But hey, the last couple of games, you were on a mission. I got to give him his props. Like I said, if I'm gonna ride you for not doing a good job, I'm gonna give you praise when you do a good job, because that is your job. What else? We talked about Shedeur Sanders. We talked about that pick 6. We talked about Jerry Jeudy. Let's look at Shedeur Sanders' stats. Now, he don't have any glaring stats this game. The only great part about his quarterback play against the Bengals is he had 0 interceptions. 0 interceptions. And like we said, we want to see Shedeur Sanders progress, and he progressed. He didn't throw any interceptions. One should have been intercepted, but it wasn't. So he didn't throw any interceptions, and he manufactured a drive to put the Browns in position to win. You could say what you want, but he was the quarterback behind the drive, and we got there. His stats were 11 for 22. And that, like I said, that don't seem too good. But hey, let's look at and I got to compare the other quarterback like I did last week. Joe Burrow, he seemed to have a pretty good game. He was 29 for 29 throws, completions for 39 attempts, and he had 3 TDs and 1 interception. So he had a hell of a game. He passed for 236 yards versus Shedeur Sanders 111 yards. But guess what? We won. We won the game. What did our running backs do? So we had a host of runners. Dylan Sampson with 32 yards. Shedeur Sanders, 26. Raheem Sanders, 26. Corley, 18. Williams, 7. Judy, 5. Bond, 4, for a total of 118 yards. And that is last week, 78 yards was enough to win the game. Guess what? 118 yards is definitely enough to win a game, especially when you got the clutch man leading the team down the field. Shedeur Sanders did his thing. Tillman, he shot his regular, showed up for 1 catch. Hey, too little, too late. I really think the Browns need to be drafting a receiver. That's it. Maybe 2 receivers, but they definitely need to get 2 linemen out of this draft. If the Browns decide to part ways with Shedeur Sanders, this team is going to be the laughing stock of the league, because the 2 quarterbacks that they have projected to come out, their stats don't look nothing like Shedeur Sanders' stats coming out of college, if I'm not mistaken, because I'm quite sure you guys going to correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said, Shedeur Sanders, clutch gene, led the team down the field for the winning score, which was a field goal. Like Stefanski, I'm out.